Turkeys may be on every table this Thanksgiving, but not all turkeys are created equal. This week, we're getting in touch with our roots by celebrating heritage breed turkeys. First, we head for the greener pastures of New Jersey to visit Blue Moon Farm, where we learn all about bourbon reds. Then it's back to Brooklyn to roast a turkey whose flavor speaks for itself. So let's hop in the car and go for a ride. Blue Moon Farm is located in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. Owners Jan and Mike Rogers have a passion for humanely raised poultry, from pastured chickens to heritage breed turkeys. They're here to give us some background on these noble birds.
These are bourbon reds. There's a number of other breeds, but they're very beautiful, and they get even more beautiful as they get older.
They're very beautiful. So then these guys here, these are the males?
Those are the males.
Okay.
The males strut their stuff like that.
They do. They're shaking their tail feathers.
In order to be a heritage breed, number one priority is they have to be able to mate naturally. Commercial bred turkeys cannot mate naturally. They will have to be artificially inseminated. And mostly has to do with the fact that they've been genetically engineered to be so big, they literally can't, mount. They also have to be able to live outside naturally. These guys do like to sleep in the trees at night. They're outside all day foraging for bugs and grubs and anything they can find. And then the other thing is that they have to live a longer lifespan and grow at a slower rate so that their muscles and their organs can match their body size as they grow. Because of that, they get a beautiful layer of fat underneath their breast meat. You don't have to do anything to make the breast moist on these turkeys.
The meat is richer in texture, it's richer in taste. This is a bird that you don't have to brine.
That's the beauty of it. You really don't have to do anything.
You don't have to add anything to it to make it taste moist and flavorful. Basically roasted in a 375-degree oven until it's done.
So what are these turkeys' lives from start to finish?
You have to take really good care of them at first. They need to be warm. And then as they get bigger, they just roam around and you feed them. You leave some food out for them. And they actually supplement that well themselves with bugs, because bugs are very high in protein.
So these turkeys seem like some pretty funny guys back here.
Turkeys are great. They're actually very, very friendly. They sit on the porch. They poke their heads into the windows, and you may be sitting in the kitchen, all of a sudden you'll see a little turkey head popping in.
And they fly.
They fly,
I think most people think that turkeys don't fly, but these guys do.
Most turkeys can't fly, but ours can.
One of our big things is we really believe in raising animals humanely, and that's the worst part about the commercial process, is how inhumanely they're raised. They make the ultimate sacrifice for us, and we just really think that we should treat them properly until that sacrifice is made, I mean, they're raised in confined conditions. They give them hormones, they give them antibiotics, just to make them grow bigger and faster and quicker.
What should you expect to pay for a heritage breed bird?
We were selling ours for like $4.99, $5 a pound. Believe me, the profit margin is extremely small at that price. But we're doing it for more than just profit now.
They're a bargain when you consider the health factors, the environmental factors, and all of the factors that go into good, healthy, sustainable eating.
The Sunday before Thanksgiving is the day that we butcher them, and that is also done very humanely. You put them into a cone upside down, and you cut with a really sharp knife a very, a small hole really in their main artery, and
they don't even know that they're injured.
It gets you to the point of really understanding what really goes into us being able to eat. I just feel like in America especially, we've gotten so far away from the source of our foods. If you're in Europe, you go into a butcher shop, everything looks like an animal. It still has heads, still has feet attached, and to get a little sense of that, it's a good soul-building experience.
It's a good reason to be thankful for Thanksgiving.
It is.
Thankful for your food on Thanksgiving.
Being very thankful, yes.
Even though these turkeys are cute and friendly, Jan made an interesting point. Because these birds are raised primarily for food, our consumption of them is what keeps the breed alive. Bourbon reds are already on the endangered species watch list, so if we stop eating them, farmers stop raising them, and they could face extinction. With that in mind, we head back to Brooklyn to give thanks for one of Jen and Mike's magnificent birds. My friends are coming over for Thanksgiving dinner in just a few hours, so it's time to get started on my turkey. We're gonna roast this beautiful bourbon red to perfection, and it'll take very little effort to get loads of flavor. So I've already rinsed my turkey, and it's been sitting here for about an hour, and it's now at room temperature. So the first step is to salt and pepper it liberally, inside and out. Make sure you get every square inch of this guy. Don't forget the cavity. So now we're gonna help create a delicious gravy by stuffing the cavity with a bunch of vegetables and herbs. Start with a bundle of rosemary, sage, and thyme. 1 carrot cut in half a lemon, 1 onion cut in half, 2 ribs of celery, leaves and all, and last but not least, half an apple. Okay, so now that that's all done, it's time for the butter. I have a stick of butter here, and I've added roasted garlic, chopped chives, thyme, and sage. But if you want to use plain butter, go for it. It's still going to taste amazing. First, you have to separate the skin from the breast and get the butter in there. This will help keep the breast really moist. Now, before I give this bird a total rub down, I'm going to bring Raphael in for the trussing. Trussing a turkey creates a compact package that allows even cooking. There are several ways to truss a turkey. Raphael's being super fancy, but if you want to do something really easy, just tie the legs together and tuck the wingtips back. Thanks, Raphael. Now you see why I keep him around. Well, now that I have the perfect turkey package, it's time to finish it off with the rest of my butter. Just make sure you cover every crevice. It's also going to help keep this turkey really moist. So last but not least, some turkey stock. Just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. It should probably take about 4 cups, but don't go above the wire rack. If you don't have a wire rack, create your own with vegetables like celery. Okay, so this is ready to go into a preheated 425-degree oven for a half an hour. Okay, so it's been about a half an hour, so it's time to baste and then tent. So you just want to loosely cover the turkey to keep it really moist. Now it's back in the oven, and I'm going to reduce the heat to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to let this guy hang out for about 2 to 2.5 hours. A general rule of thumb is about 15 minutes per pound of turkey, but cooking times can vary, so just make sure to keep an eye on it. All right, moment of truth. Oh, it looks perfect. All right, let's just take its temperature and make sure it's done. A heritage breed turkey is done at 155 degrees, but if you feel more comfortable, go ahead and roast it to 165. This guy's 158, so he's perfect. Now all I need to do is let him rest before carving, and meanwhile, I'm gonna make some gravy with the pan drippings. So there you have it, a perfect heritage bird to make your friends and family thankful for you this holiday season. For more information and recipes, visit HungryInBrooklyn.com.